All right, start off just with the emphasis of practice today.
Well, we got to focus on the defensive side of the ball a little bit, but really just trying to get a sweat going, get our legs back under us, feel for the ball after that off day. But we emphasized about clutch games and our defense in clutch games, and just having to try and make that carry over through 48 minutes.
And number one in clutch defense, I think, and then number 26 or 27 the rest of the game. What does that mean?
It just means we need to pay a little bit more attention to detail throughout the game on the defensive end. Just a little bit more urgency throughout the game.
You are clearly an offensive guy now, but you're a defensive guy. Does it get frustrating at times that some of your teammates don't want to have that same effort defensively every minute of the game like you do?
I'm not really too concerned with that. I think everybody on this team wants to win, and that concerted effort on defense is just a part of winning. So, I'll continue to relay the message and be that catalyst on the defensive end.
Is defense talent or is it effort?
It's a little bit of both.
But what does it side more towards?
And technique. Defense is talent, effort, and technique, because you can be a talented defender, like you can be quick and agile. You can do it with your hands, and that's to come with talent. Technique is kind of like footwork, and then effort is just like 50-50 balls and making that multiple efforts.
Aaron, how is your role evolving with this team in terms of your offense, particularly on what they're looking for with you and the way your game is maturing?
I'm just looking to be the glue guy. Do a little bit of a lot. Fill in where my team needs me and get in where I fit in. Make the rest of the game easy for the rest of my teammates, and then just be a vocal leader out there as well.
Coach was saying the other night after the Utah game, he was singing your praises, essentially saying, I'm glad somebody brought up your name, and then he reeled off a bunch of things that he likes that you're doing. Is there anything in particular that you feel like right now that you're really peaking at, really improving at?
I think I'm using my physicality on the block, rim running and sealing in transition, but I have another level to get to, and so does this team.
In what ways now do you think you're a different player than you were earlier in your career?
I think it's more streamlined, the way that I play my game. I have a lot of stuff in my bag, but now I just know when to use it, where to use it, and how it's going to affect the game.
Did you learn a lot about your game or how you want to play once you got here to Denver, playing alongside these guys?
I mean, it's always how I've wanted to play. This is a great brand of basketball. Play the right way. The open man is the right pass, and the right pass is the open man. And that's just a beautiful way to play basketball. It reminds me of kind of like USA basketball a little bit, and the way that there's energy in the ball and it hops around. Kind of like a FIBA, say that, like a world game. It's just kind of how I've always wanted to play, slashing and spotting up, making plays, and just reading the game.
Do you think Joker and Jamal look for you more than maybe they did, say, at the beginning of the season? Do you think that kind of you're on the radar a little more to finish?
Like I said, the open man is the right pass, and the right pass is the open man. So if I'm open, they're going to find me, and it's the same thing if they're open, I'm going to find them.
I don't think any reasonable person would argue this is a championship level roster. With that, there have been some times this season you play teams who, let's be honest, aren't as good as you guys. How do you fight against playing to the level of your competition?
Well, it's about us. When it comes down to it, it's not really about the other team or the competition. It's about the standard that we hold ourselves to, the principles we hold ourselves to. And if we hold ourselves to a high standard and compete the way that we're supposed to, and that we know how to, then we're going to be tough to beat. I don't think anybody can beat us.
Do you feel that's been happening enough, though? Because there have been some hiccups against teams like Detroit, where you didn't meet that standard, right?
I mean, yeah, we're not going to just walk onto the floor and beat every team every night. That's just not how the game goes. If I could control winning, we'd win 82. And
good for you.
We'd win the championship. And that's just not the way the sport is, On any given night, any team can win.
And it's rare to get like 3 days off in between games.
how important it is to get this practice time in now? Is it a good time to reset, refocus? Is that what happens in these days when you have the time off?
Yeah, it's definitely a good reset, refocus, like you said. Getting your body back right, getting the necessary treatment that you need, getting the necessary skill work. So when we get out there, we're fresh, we're sharp.
You mentioned the rim running in transition. That was something that Joker talked about after the last game too, that he's been really impressed with your effort there. Has that been a point of emphasis for you, or when did you realize that, okay, I can find easy ways to score when I'm getting out and running?
I think it's just taking advantage of my size, you know, and sometimes I'm cross match, sometimes I'm guarding smaller guards, and then when I get out there in transition, you know, I can get that early post up and just get easy buckets for our team if I don't have it and get out of the lane. Like I said, they're always looking for me. We look out for each other on this team, so everybody has an eye open.
I know we've asked you about your relationship with Jokic and the chemistry that's developed over the past couple of years, but especially the first 25 games this season, how have you changed your game to maybe find yourself more open along with Joker and make it easier for him to find you?
I think the more that we play together, there's going to be more of a camaraderie, and I think the continuity from this year to last year is helping as well. We'll be able to nuance the game a little bit more and kind of just pick our spots, pick and choose, and kind of have almost like a little like telepathy going on.
Go ahead.
You guys are 16-10 to start the year. Is this the way that you guys wanted to start, or do you look at that and think, okay, some of the games maybe we should be 20-6, or we're happy with 16-10?
Yeah, we definitely dropped some games, so it's good. We've dropped some games that we didn't want to drop, and that's a challenge for us. Is to take care of business and handle the games that we're supposed to win, and then get some of the games that are a little more challenging. I think we're in a good spot right now.
Some of the losses, it's been talked about with the defense a little bit, but with the way that the clutch defense is it just about kind of getting to where you can win the game at the close, or is it just shoring up the defense at the beginning, or do you guys just want to kind of survive until that end where guys can take over?
I would say it's about just shoring it up throughout the beginning of the game. You know, we want to put an entire game together, a complete game, offensively and defensively, and I think we just need to focus a little bit more on defense. We have the talent to score, we can put points on the board, so now we just got to lock in on defense and get that defensive rating up.
Did you change anything about your three-point shot? It seemed like you struggled to make it previous season, and now you've been super consistent in that.
A little bit. You know, as you grow in this league, you're going to take things big game, you're going to take tweaks, and you're going to continue to get better. And my shot's just getting better and evolving, and I'm just like letting it naturally evolve, naturally grow. And then the pace of it, you know, is just a different pace. In the summertime, I was just really deliberate and shooting every shot, fundamentally sound and correct. And then once I got to the game, you don't have all that time. You don't have as much time to just kind of like fundamentally shoot everyone perfectly. So once I figured out the pace of the game a little bit, it just kind of clicked.
Thank you.